As you can see, it's a tiny egg-shaped stone. So who made this and why?
Why was the stone made? When was it made? And how was it carved?
Was it made by the aliens?
Hey everybody, I am in Manchester, New Hampshire. I'm just driving through. I'm looking for a particular stone. It's a mystery stone of New Hampshire. And I'll tell you the story about that, but in between I'm gonna stop a few other places. But check out this city. Manchester, New Hampshire is the largest city in New Hampshire. With 115,000 residents. The state of New Hampshire has about 1.4 million people, which is it's compared to some cities, there's not that many people, but it's a pretty cool state though. It's really beautiful. The people here have been really nice. It seems like I say that everywhere, but they generally are nice. But as you can see, it's not super big, but it's kind of, for what I've seen in this state, it is kind of large. I'm gonna make my way to the Capitol and then check out a few places in between. So let's take a little peek. Right now, I'm going to film some. I'm looking for a place to show my cats. They're my biggest supporters. There's an alley that's supposed to have some cat artwork. So we're gonna check that out here in Manchester. But there's a few places I wanna see in my quick drive through. And this is just one of them. There's also a cemetery I wanna check out. And I'll explain to you why I'm stopping there. It's a really old cemetery. It's one of the oldest in New Hampshire. But yeah, this is a small state, but this was the first place that have the presidential primary, and still has a pretty important one. They have no sales tax and no income tax here. Can you believe that? Most of us in America, we're kind of used to those two things, but here they don't have any of either one of those. And this is not a History Channel. This is a I go places and you look channel. So I don't know everything about New Hampshire and its history, but if you can tell me where New Hampshire gets its income from, the government, you can let me know. I imagine it's from property tax, and I'm not completely sure. Actually, I have some friends up here that did not contact when I came up here because I'm going to be here for a very short time. We got the Good Time Smoke Shop, Tequila Bar. I think I may have hit Cat Alley. Oh, there you are. So in the midst of all these beautifully old buildings, check it out. There's Cat Alley. I really wanted to check that out. Oh, we got a second to cross through. So, look at that. Cat Alley. So, from what I understand, Cat Alley is a bunch of, well, it's a little small little alley, but check that out. We got the cat on the building here. Welcome to Cat Alley. It's a bunch of artists who've come here and kind of did their thing. We got this beautiful multicolored cat. The perfect timing is meow. And oh, what? We got Cat Williams. Everybody loves Cat Williams. Check that out. Cat Williams. We got this cupcake cat. We got a bunch of cats with yarn. We got this sexy cat here. Cats are liquid. They kind of are, aren't they? Any of you with cats definitely know about that. So What we got here? A cat on his back. I have a few photos of my boy Gizmo on his back like that. You know, that usually when cats lay on their back in front of you, that means they're really comfortable and trusting of you. So we got one right here. I think this is short enough and small enough for us to cover the whole thing. Oh, my hands are cold. It's pretty cold between here. Looks kind of like Garfield. Oh, what is this cat doing? Farting or something? Wow. And that's that. So I wanted to come here first and kind of introduce you to the coolness of New Hampshire. We got definitely a place with some animal lovers here. And that's that. So I think next, you know what? Let's walk down here a little bit. I'm always curious. I always have this idea that, you know, you always take a couple steps further. I think when you travel, take a couple steps further because you never know what you're going to miss. There's so many times where I've just taken a couple steps further and I saw something cool that I would have never seen if I didn't take those steps further. You know, you can't research everything. Sometimes things just pop up. And there you go. Well, not much, a couple steps further, but you do see there's some really kind of older buildings here. I don't know the history of them. I depend on you all to share the history in the comments because people definitely come back. I had someone scold me. What was that video recently? Someone commented and scolded me about, what was it, the history of, I can't recall, but people do come and they have things to say about my history coverage because I didn't cover enough history. Oh, you know what it was? It was my live video, my one and only live video in Kennebunkport, and told me I need to do my research. She was very passionate about the history of her city and wanted me to cover more. And I encouraged her to maybe start a history channel, you know, because she seemed super knowledgeable, which I appreciated her sharing her knowledge on my Kennebunkport video. So I think we're going to walk back, and I'm going to go to find this cemetery, and I'll give you a little history about that when I get there. All right, I'll see you there. Okay, y'all, I am at the Chester Village Cemetery. So this place is one of the oldest cemeteries in the state. So let's check this out. Here's the little sign for it. So this graveyard, one of the oldest in the state, was purchased from Captain Jonathan Blunt for 70 pounds in 1751. Signed stones by the finest stone sculptors in New England are found here. Amongst these craftsmen are Stephen and Abel Webster, John Marble, John White, Timothy Eastman, and Revolutionary heroes rest here, as well as two governors of the state, Samuel and John Bell, William Registon, Chief Justice of the New Hampshire Supreme Court, and Isaac Bladsdell, and the clockmaker, and others. So I came here because Stephen and Abel Webster would make some of these gravestones. Stephen and Abel Webster would make some of these gravestones. And what was unique about these gravestones is that they would carve smiley faces or frowny faces on them. And they would do it for particular reasons. But I want to check out these faces because I have a hunch about something, but I'm not completely sure. So I'm trying to figure out how to get over here without stepping over the fence. I want to make sure I don't look like I'm doing something I'm not supposed to. But it looks like that's what I'm going to have to do anyway. So I'm going to step over. Here we go. So I'm going to step over here. And apparently the older ones are by the fence, the ones with the faces, and that's what I'm looking for. There's some other people here looking around, and so we can see we have some people who died in 1859, 1856. Yeah, these are pretty old. Hi. Do you happen to know where the gravestones are that have the faces on them?
You're gonna be looking for like the really old ones that are kind of like that way.
That way? Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's like a right. So you know of a really good one? They're more. If
older?
you go up over this section,
Okay.
all over there, you'll have better luck.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. So the older section is this way. So we're gonna head over there. So look, 1859, Josiah B. You have some that fell down. That's not cool. 1861. So this stone that I'm going to look at, this mystery stone, was found in the 1800s. Now I know these here were these gravestones were made in the 1700s, and I have a hunch that I'm going to share with you, and I could be completely wrong. Oh, there's a lost cat. He's a cutie. Hope they find him. So we can see that these gravestones are getting older and thin. We got Susanna, 1863. Let me see what else we got going on over here. Who are this? Susan Sargent, John Melvin, Benjamin Melvin, 1801. So some of these were some of the first Americans. Oh, they preserved this one that broke in half. I'm just curious. Josiah Morse, 1830. And here are the older ones. So where are the ones with the faces carved in them? That lady was kind enough to point us in the right direction. Here's some older ones with nothing on them. You can't see them anymore. These have been here for a long, long time. So, faces, here we are. I see the first one. All right, so you can see this has a face on it. It has a smile. Now there are apparently some that don't have smiles on them. They have frowns on them. So who is this? M. Robert Dickey, who departed this life 1783, age 40 years and 8 months. Okay, and what we got going over here? So we have this one, which I guess is a frowny one, and another frowny one. Here lies buried the body of my Thomas Glenn, I believe it says, who died March 1744. So this person was not even a citizen of the United States, because we declared independence in 1776. That's 1744. Frowny face. Frowny face. So there are a few theories on what these smiley and frowny faces meant. And we'll go take a look at a few other ones. So the first theory is, here's a frowny one, is that the people who paid their debt, paid Abel and his brother to carve, they get the frowny face. I mean, they get the smiley faces, and the people who didn't get the frowny faces. Then there's the theory that each brother, whoever made it, one would always make a smiley face, one would make a frowny face, and that's one theory. But the prevailing theory, which we still don't know if it's the case, is that those brothers, when they made these, they predicted based on these people's lives whether they thought they were going to get into heaven or not. So the people who they thought were going to get into heaven got the smiley faces. So let's see if we can see. So this one is, I don't know, maybe they were on the fence because they didn't. I don't know if that's frowning or just, you know, kind of neutral face. Samuel Emerson, okay, you got a frowny face, so I guess they thought you were going to hell. Another frowny face. I mean, I don't know if maybe these were bad people to them or they just thought they weren't going to make it. Another frowny. Now, mind you, none of this may be true, but these are the theories. You know, and there's probably records on some of these people, so maybe there's a decent way to predict. So this one, I'm not sure. Who are you? John Roble. All right. Sarah. So these are really cool looking gravestones. And this one cracked into, I don't know, is the piece behind it? Yeah, there's some of it. And unfortunately, that was a thin one that broke. And you see they preserved some of them. So this stone is kind of, you know, without showing you, it's kind of hard to tell you the story, but this mystery stone I want to show you, it has a face on it. And in my extensive research in these sites, I saw some similarities in these faces and in the face on the stone, which I will show you. And I wondered, because like I said, it's a mystery stone. There's people who believe that it was made by aliens or some mysterious culture. I wondered if maybe these brothers or somebody else who made faces did that, and if there's some connection. Maybe you and I have solved this mystery. Who knows? But maybe not. But here we are in New Hampshire, one of New Hampshire's oldest cemeteries. It's way cold out here, but super beautiful. I can't really express enough how beautiful New Hampshire is. New England in general is beautiful, but this is just a different kind of beautiful here. And if you're from here, I'm sure you already appreciate it. All my friends who live up here, if you see this video, forgive me because I didn't come say hi or let you know I was even here. I was just passing through. Well, check this out. Joanna. That's my friend Joe's name, and she actually lives here. She might not live far from here, but she's not here now. If you remember from my podcast, she's out traveling the United States and seeing the beauty of the West right now. So she might live somewhere around here. That's her name. And check this out. I just want to check this out. John Bell. He has his own little mound. I guess they made of stones and covered in dirt. What do you got going on? You got the Roman numerals. They're 1836, I believe that says, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I read Roman numerals, but he died a minute ago. I know that. Let's head out on the final leg of this journey to see this mystery stone. The stone I want to see is in the New Hampshire Historical Society. Let's get out of here and go find that mystery stone. All right, y'all, I am in Concord, New Hampshire. illegally crossing the street. So I'm trying to get to the Mystery Stone, but before that, there's a cool mural that I wanted to check out. But this is the capital, Concord. I don't know how they pronounce it here. Concord. It's weird how in New England so many capitals are smaller, are smaller cities. Manchester, where I was just at, is a larger city. There's about 46,000 people here, as opposed to 115,000 people in Manchester. And you can see it has some cool older architecture. Don't know all the history here, but you can look that up or find a channel going to tell you about that. I'm here for the Mystery Stone and also for this mural, if I can find it. So let me look at my phone and see what we got going on here. So apparently this mural is hidden, because I sure enough can't find it. So it looks like I passed it. So we're gonna head back here, because it may be back here off the main street. These buildings, no telling how old they are. Well, not by looking. I'm sure there's some official age for these, but I don't know where this mural is. Oh, there we are. There's a Donkey Kong mural there. Check that out. Any of y'all remember the old Donkey Kong game where Donkey Kong's usually at the top and he drops barrels down and you have to make your way up to save the princess? And there's Mario, and there's Mario before he was in Mario Brothers. So, and look at that, Nintendo entertainment system. Check that out. Hey brother, you dropped your thing. Yeah, no problem, man. You know anything about this mural up here?
My landlord had it commissioned
Your landlord?
a few years ago.
Oh, cool. So instead of Nintendo, we got Nintendo, I guess. Power Reset. That's what the old NES, and its Nintendo Entertainment System game system used to look like. And then you got Donkey Kong doing his thing. That's super cool. So I wanted to check this out before I found that Mystery Stone. And so the guy, I don't know if I caught him on camera, but he told me his landlord had it commissioned a couple years ago. And I think it was a great idea. So right now we're gonna wander to the New Hampshire Historical Society. Pay about $10 to get in. I might see a thing or two. It closes at 5. So I don't know how much time I have. It's close to 4 now. Let's check my watch here. It's 4:15. Or 3:15. It's cold, y'all. 3:51. Like I said, it's cold, and my brain fluids are sludge right now. I always love going through these older cities. I have to say, New Hampshire borders Maine, and in my little experience here, New Hampshire is, believe it or not, seems to be a bit more diverse, at least from what I've seen. So it seems, I don't know the diversity here, and I'm not going to attempt to share that right now because it's too cold to kind of go through my phone and look at statistics. It's about 7 minutes away, the Historical Society is. And we're gonna make our way down. This is State Street here. So I imagine this is where maybe a few government offices are. And definitely some historical buildings. As you can see, that's super old. They don't make them like that anymore. East Point Recovery Center. Okay, that must be some sort of rehab or something. As we know, the opioid issue and crisis is kind of everywhere in the United States and across the world, apparently. All right, see if we can make our way around this. And we have the YMCA going on over here. Oh, check this little side street. So I get a bit quiet in places like this because I just look around and wonder what it was like back in the day to live in a place like this. Check this church out. And we have YMCA, Young Men's Christian Association. And generally you don't see it all spelled out like that. At least I don't see it that way. And you know, nowadays, but this has probably been there for a while. That style of writing is kind of old. It makes me think of the 60s and 70s. But check it out. We got churches and old buildings. Who knows what they're building here? Something cool, hopefully. And so I'm looking for Park Street, because right after that, I'll see the Historical Society. So this is State Street we're on, and this is Capitol Street. So I'm assuming that's the state capitol. You can see the top is gold there. So maybe that's the state capitol building. So this is the post office and the courthouse, legislative office building, I guess, and also the legislative office building. It's a fancy building. Looks really cool. What we got there? So this is Park Street. So this is the New Hampshire Historical Society. So here's the Historical Society here. And yeah, this is the Capitol. All the old buildings here. Did you think you'd ever be with me in the capital of New Hampshire? Well, this is where we are. We're gonna go in here and take a peek. We're gonna check out this mystery stone here. Historical Society. Hopefully there's some other cool stuff we can check out too in the hour that we have. All right, so we came in and we saw that the outside was actually granite. This is called the Granite State. And the inside, this is all marble here. This building's been here since 1911, and this is the New Hampshire Historical Society. So we're gonna head upstairs and check it out. Isn't this a cool looking building? Check out the eagle. It's kind of cartoonish in a way. So this building was presented to the New Hampshire Historical Society by Edward Tuck in the year of 1910. This was opened in 1911. We got this dude here. If any of you are from New Hampshire, you can tell me who these fancy looking guys are. And here we are. So, of course, I'm here to look for that mystery stone. But we're gonna see what else is here and brush across it real quick. What's in here? Governor McLean Gallery. Nothing in there. And there's downstairs where we just came. Here we are, New Hampshire. Oh, we have some art. This is we don't know who made that, but this was a tavern sign. And this was an Algonquin native and apparently some leader from 1894, which is pretty cool to see how they were dressed traditionally. I imagine this is a canoe. Yeah, it's a dugout canoe. And it says this was anywhere from 1430 to 1660. It was buried, so imagine the people who hear natives ride along in that and what they were doing, fishing, going from place to place, going to see family from another village. Who knows? Check this dress out. Man, she was small, wasn't she? What is this? Catherine Rollins wedding dress. Okay, so this is a wedding dress. Let's look at the detail. Look at what went into making that. And the little buttons. Man, she was small. That's kind of like a ivory color, I guess. So cool. And I guess that was her. That's what she looked like. That's not the dress, but wow. She's the size of a child. Huh. Guy just smoking a pipe, chilling. Nice hat. Okay, so this here, Buck and Breck, which I assume Breck is short for Breckenridge. The Republican Party here, which things were a little bit different back in the day. The Republican Party here in 1856 carried this because they were sort of dissing the Democratic Party for supporting the Kansas-Nebraska Act in 1854. It was popular for sovereignty and slavery, so they didn't want more slavery here in the United States. And I guess this gentleman here on top of the ram was a slave. So yeah, I'm down with it. Oh, check this out. So this is a baseball uniform from back in the day. Look at that. That looks kind of comfy. Very nice. And you got the old cleats there. You got the old style glove and hat. Pretty cool. Look at them. Oh, they got one guy smiling. I always look for the people to smile back in the day when most people weren't. I wonder what that guy was like. Probably fun. So I think I found it. I came over here for this mystery stone, and check this out. Look how small it is. Okay, so look at that. Now do you see why I went to that cemetery after my extensive research? Check it out. So there's the mystery stone there. As you can see here, I'm going to read it off to you. Actually, it says construction workers dug up a suspicious lump of clay near the shore of Lake Winnipesaukee in 1872. So you see that this is 1872. This is nearly a century after those gravestones were made. So Seneca Ladd of Meredith discovered an intriguing carved stone within clay casing. Amateur and professional archaeologists have speculated about the mystery stone, the stone's origin for over 100 years. At the time, American naturalists described it as a remarkable Indian relic. In the next decade, sources claim this stone has attracted the wonder of the scientific world, European savants having vainly tried to obtain it. So I guess they were trying to snatch this from the Americans. So a recent examination with microscopes suggests that the hole bored through the stone may actually have been machine drilled. That's nuts. Machine drilled in the 19th century, or excuse me, not the 19th century, probably before then. The decorative carving may have been executed with hand or power tools, placing the stone's manufacture in the mid to late 19th century. So they say it might have been made in the 19th century, but who knows? So what they do know is where it was found. It was made in clay. The stone is quartzite or myelinite. I don't know any much about stones, but they're saying that this is originally not from New Hampshire, likely. Because I guess that's not a prevalent stone here. There's a hole bored through the stone from both ends. So let's see if we can get a good peek at that. So you can kind of see you can see the hole, but you can't see from top to bottom because it's clearly sitting there. So if there were light at the end of it, we can probably see, but there's a hole all the way through it. And from both ends. And they use different bits, so about a 1/8 at the narrow end and 3/8 at the broad end. Each bore is straight, not tapered. Scratches on the stone's lower bore suggested was placed on a metal shaft and removed several times. There's a notch or divot on the bore, perhaps a key for mounting the stone. No one else has ever reported finding a stone like this in the whole United States. What they don't know is who made it, what was the stone, why was the stone made, when was it made, and how was it carved. So let's check it out so you can see that face. Now, if you remember, there were faces made that looked similar to this on those gravestones. You tell me, was this made by Americans
or American colonialists? Was this made by natives? Was this made by the aliens? Was this made by someone else? I mean, nothing like this has been found. This stone is not from here. If this was made in the 19th century, where did they get this stone from, and why would they use this particular stone? Did they make it so it would look like it was mysterious? We could look around. We can see there's a teepee. Now, natives everywhere in America did not use teepees. There's a circle at the bottom. There is corn. There's something else at the bottom. As you can see the reflection, there is some design there. I'm not sure what that is. Three different designs. And who knows what that is? And things like this I'm really curious about. I mean, it's a tiny egg-shaped, as you can see, it's a tiny egg-shaped stone. But, you know, just imagine now, take something weird, like this microphone here. Here we are. Take this microphone. Now imagine it was made of stone, okay? Just go with me. And they found this 1,000 years from now. They found it in some clay. You'd wonder what the heck it was. You would know how it was designed. You'd see the shape. You'd see, you know, different aspects of this. But if you have no reference, where did it come from? Who made it? So who made this and why? You know, I just wonder. And, you know, how'd they get it so symmetrical? They say it was machine made, but what kind of machine? What kind of machine drills that happened back then? Are any machinists or engineers out there who can give me a clue on how this might have been made in the 19th century or beyond? What are your thoughts? Let's get our last little look at that. And that's that. So let's get out of here. Here's the Concord stagecoach. I didn't even mention. This is how people used to get down. If you had a couple dollars, you'd ride in here and looked somewhat comfortable and get pulled by a stagecoach. But I think most people probably walked and maybe had a horse or something. I mean, this is probably equivalent to having a luxury car back in the day. What do you think? And I guess these were your headlights. So this was the front. So here's your headlights, and you have the glass that kind of magnified your lamp in there, or your candle. The stagecoach driver would sit there in the front. And that's that. So this was built in 1852 by Abbott Downing Company in Concord, New Hampshire. All right, I'm coming out of the Historical Society, and it's a pretty cool journey walking through and giving you a little peek at New Hampshire. That's all you're gonna get today, I guess. But oh, check these buildings out. Isn't that kind of fancy over there? And there's the Capitol. So look, thanks for coming along on this journey. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. It's the best way to help the channel. Comment below which part of this journey did you like the best? Did you like the cat mural? Did you like the cemetery? Did you like the mystery stone? And where do you think that mystery stone came from and who made it? Was it aliens? Was it some person playing a prank to, you know, to get people to wonder like I am? Who knows? Let me know in the comments. And remember, life is outside. And if you can't get out there, subscribe to Novel World Travels and come with me. I love you.